to Everyday Parenting, a down to earth podcast presented by Bricks and Blocks Coaching. Tune in as we dive into the real life experiences of parents, from joys to the challenges they face while building beautiful memories with their children. If you like our concept of sharing real life experiences, please follow and subscribe to our show. Today, we have here two wonderful parents, Sharon and Jasmine. Both of them have 3 kids each, and I am wondering how they manage their life beyond the children. So that's what we are here to talk about today. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Jasmine. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, so I'm Jasmine and I have 3 kids. My oldest is 12, she's a girl. My second is 9, also a girl. And we have a little rascal, which is a little boy who's 5. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Sharon. How about you?
Okay, so I'm Sharon. As mentioned, I also have 3 kids. They're all girls. My oldest is 8, 5, and 2, all nicely apart 3 years. They're all in school right now, which is great. Also working, and at the moment I work for myself. My husband and I, we are in the restaurant industry, and we're actually in the midst of opening up our second outlet. So work-life balance is pretty tough at the moment.
I really appreciate you coming and taking this call despite such a busy schedule. So let's see how the conversation goes today. Tell me, with such busy lives, how do you guys manage to get any me time?
It's very hard. I think you just have to carve out little moments. Like, I think don't think too big. Don't be like, okay, I need a whole day off. I'm going to go to the spa. I'm going to take care of myself. For me, I think it's just about finding little moments in the days. Like if I come back from work and put the kids to sleep, and you have a couple hours at night after they go to sleep, and that's a very cherished time for myself.
How about you, Jasmine?
Yes, I think it's the same for me. So when I had my first, I very structured about it. I tried to put aside some time, but you realize that when 3 comes along, you really don't have much. Yeah. So I agree with Sharon totally. It's really about finding little bits of time in between. For me, sometimes it could be just sitting in a car. I don't know if any parents like that. So
all the time.
So I have my husband asking me, "Why are you sitting in the car doing nothing?" And I enjoy it. It's like it's quiet. I can be just scrolling on my phone, but that 10 minutes really, recharged.
So you just park your car on the side of the road and just take your time out, is it?
No, I'll tell you when's the best moment. It's right after I send my youngest into preschool, because that's that first break after I send the last one out.
So is it so tiring? Like, getting these 10 minutes seems to give you such a sense of relief. So is it tiring managing 3 of them?
I think 10 minutes to me, like, when with the baby, I think this is what happened to me when we first started having kids. You don't get much time. Little moments like that, 10 minutes to me is a long time, and it recharges me actually, because you feel a little bit more like, okay, now I'm ready to start the day again, right? And you really don't need too much, actually. I find for myself anyways. There are times when I would like to take longer breaks. So for example, without the kids, I do like to go out with some friends.
And who takes care of the kids when you go off with your friends?
Thankfully, I have our helper at home, but I also have my parents who sometimes they'll go over to their house. Right now, my husband's mom is in town, so she's loving spending time with the kids right now. So it's actually been great because I feel less guilt, working more, being out a little bit more, even just having dinner with my husband, right?
Yeah. So Jasmine, what do you do?
I think it's the same, but I don't structure it so much because I think it's hard. So, you see a bucket of opportunity when all 3 are at the class. I squeeze that 1 hour of dinner with my husband sometimes. So, it's like, okay, I try to structure it so the classes are overlapping, and then you find an hour. I have to plan in advance because I need to give my mom ample notice that I'm sending 3 kids over. Yeah, and that's when we get maybe a date night, or I get to go out with my friends. Yeah, but I also realized that it's about letting go. Yeah. So you know when you take care of the kids, you have certain requirements, you have certain standards. Yeah. So it's like I find it's tough when I put in certain requirements for my parents, like no TV or TV limited to 10 minutes, and it's hard. So just let go for that 2 hours. Just don't think, how
Don't think about
in
it.
good
Yes.
hands.
Think about yourself.
Yes.
So it's like, you're putting rules on the support system. They're supporting you. So
Yes.
let's take whatever comes our way, right?
Yes.
Anything goes.
Yeah.
So it's very, very interesting that both of you spoke about guilt, right? So Jasmine is like, I let go, I don't think about anything. But then you were talking about guilt. So like, when you're having your wine with your friends, at any point in time, do you feel like, oh, it's time, I need to go back to the kids?
Well, I know that they sleep at a certain time. So thankfully, they're old enough now that they don't really need me to put them to sleep. If it was still a newborn between like 0 to 1, I still have to get back at a certain time and I don't go out as much. No, I don't feel too much guilt being out. I know the kids are well taken care of. I'm always contactable regardless. So I'll always have, like, if they need to call me, they will. But most of the time, they're very, thankfully, they're quite good with, being out, and they understand that we've built it into a lifestyle where they understand that I am out. Either I'm out working or I'm just out having dinner or something. So they do kind of come to realize that, yes, mom does go out every once in a while. We'll find something else to do and we'll be good.
Yes. So the children also understand that mom has a life beyond us, right? So
yes, and I think it's important for them to see that too. So they are also aware that we're not just a mother, we're also a person, and we have relationships outside of that.
How about you, Jasmine? Do you feel guilt?
Yes, of course. When I first started off with Jade, which is my first, your first time mom, you say you have certain standards. I'm gonna devote all my time to Jade. So when Jade came about for the first 2 years, I did not go out with my friend. We didn't have a single date night with my husband. I think for the first 2 years, because we made that commitment, and you feel like you have to keep to it. Yeah, but as you get more experience, I think, being a parent, you realize you need it. Yes, I think it's important because without that, you get jumpy and you don't know why, and sometimes this translates into how you interact with the kids as well. So I feel that with that recharge, you become a better parent as well. And I have 2 girls, so I think it's important for them to see that when they're mom, when they become a mom, it need not be like losing yourself totally. Yeah. So I remembered once when Jade was I think 5. It's during the time when they like to play with dolls and all. She told me that, oh no, I don't want to have kids. It's too much trouble. And I said, oh, why? And she was saying, but mommy, you're so busy all the time. I want to rest as well. So yeah, that actually stayed with me for a long time and got me thinking. Yeah. So that's not what I want them to see what a mom is. Yeah.
So now what does she think of mom after you changed your lifestyle?
I still spend a good amount of time with them, but I explain to them that because I'm working, I have a lunch time. Sometimes I catch up with my friends during lunch, so I'll tell them that that you can manage your time this way. Yeah, and on top of that, there's certain nights that I tell them that, oh no, mom and dad's going out.
Okay, that's so sweet. So which was leading me to my next question: how do you manage to ensure that the bond with the husband stays?
So I think it makes it easier for us because since we work together, but we do like, okay, let's grab a dinner before we go home because we're always together. So, hey, we're going to go home as quickly, maybe we'll stop by, a nearby restaurant, grab a quick bite, just talk about other things than work and then go back. He works in KL quite often. He opened up a small hotel out there. So sometimes I just pop by for a week or not a week, sorry, weekend. Yeah, but there's little instances there. We don't have to go too far. Maybe just like a quick trip here and there for our birthdays or something like that.
That's actually kind of sweet, like you managed to take off the weekend and spend time with the husband, like without the kids. So that's actually nice.
But what I find is that everybody around us is very supportive and very they really encouraging for us, like me and my husband, to just take a night off or go somewhere. Because they also understand that it makes us better parents, like Jasmine was saying as well, right? It gives us a different perspective. We come back feeling good, refreshed, very much more appreciative of everything that we do have.
Jasmine, how do you manage to find time with your husband?
I think it's the same as Sharon. We find pockets of time in between. We meet for lunch. So we make sure that once a month we have a lunch date. So that works.
So both of you go from office, is it?
Yes. And short trips as well. So we try to do one once a year. So it's planned in advance, it's during the time the grandparents can come over, they enjoy that. Yeah, and we can take off for just a couple of days. And I think it's good enough.
Yeah. See, so to make this me time, it seems like there's a big role the support system plays, right? So how do you take care of the support system so that they don't feel overwhelmed, right? 3 kids is a lot for grandparents to take care of.
Thankfully we have a really great helper at home who really does more of the heavy lifting. My parents are a little bit older, so she takes care of a lot. So my mom always offers to pick up the kids whenever possible. And she's like, oh, well, like even tonight, they're bringing them all to their house tonight so that we can work late tonight, right? They've been very good about that. And at this moment, I feel like my parents actually enjoy them more than they enjoy me. So whenever they come over, they don't ask about me. They always want to see the grandkid. So thankfully, they really enjoy actually just spending time with their grandchildren as well.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, actually, even my parents completely forgot about me. And my dad is a transformed man. I mean, I have never seen him play Legos with me, right? And he sits for hours playing with the kids. Double standards. Jasmine, how about your parents and if you have a helper?
I think my parents are great. So both of them are not working. So between them, they have like a tag team system. My dad will do the pickups, and mom will prepare dinner at home. And when they come back, maybe dad will take care of my son, and my mom playing with the 2 girls. Yeah. So it's not just my mom, because my sister is nearby. Yeah. So there are days where I can drop my kids off to my sister, and when my sister needs help, then she drops her daughter to me. So I think it helps that there are people that you can reach out to.
Okay, so basically you take care of the support system, so they help us when in need, right? Hearing you both talk, right, it seems to be a lot of juggling that you do with the 3 kids and with the whole support system that you have. So at this point in time, if you could go back and change things, would you still decide to have 3 kids?
I would say there are moments that maybe not, but most of the time, yes. Most of the time, yes, definitely.
So what are those moments that make it worth it?
The moments that it could be a very tiny one where they look at you and they tell you that, hey, mommy, I love you. I it's the sweetest things that they say. I can't remember the exact words, but you remember that moment. Yeah. It's the 2 minutes before bedtime, just before they fall asleep, and the sweetest words come about. Yeah.
I call it the golden
moments like that.
I call it the golden minutes, like just before they go off to sleep, they go into some dream zone before that, and the beautiful words come out of their mouths and their feelings come out. It's the most precious time I feel in the day, which makes it all worthwhile. How about you, Sharon? When do you feel it overwhelming?
Oh, it's the same thing. Just the other day I was probably home for 5 minutes, and all of a sudden they all come running up to me. It's like, Mommy, they want to tell me something, all of them. And all I heard was, Mommy, just trying to get my attention. And it's just like, okay, wait, just hold on. Slow down. I felt like I was being pulled in like 3 different directions, right? But what makes it really worthwhile is just seeing them all interact together, play together, interact together, and they really do enjoy each other's company. So like the older will take care of the younger, the middle, it's just beautiful how the way it works out.
The dynamics between the 3 of them really works out beautifully. But sometimes I feel when they play together, right, that's when I feel like, oh God, it's worth having, more than one child. Hey, it's been wonderful talking. We're coming to the end of our conversation. So, any advice that you would give to other parents about taking the me time out of this whole hectic parenting and work schedule? Sharon.
I think it's what I said, we're always, as mothers especially, I think we feel the most guilt. As Jasmine said, try to push it aside, let go. So it's very important that you do take care of yourself, because your family is depending on you. You are the structure, the pillar of the family, right? So you don't want that to break down. So definitely, take those moments, meditate if you have to during those times, check your Facebook, do whatever you need to do, and just, kind of use it to your advantage. Every moment counts.
Jasmine, your thoughts?
Yeah, so for me, it's put the mom guilt aside, grab whatever time you have, do whatever you want during that time. And it's important to be happy because your kids need to see that you're happy as a mom. I think it's important.
Yeah, kids need to see. We are the role models for our kids, right? So we better take care of ourselves so they take care of themselves when they grow up. Yeah, thank you, mommies. So, we'll end our podcast today now. Before we wrap up,
Thank you so much.
Before we wrap up, don't forget to check the show notes in the episode description for extra parenting resources. We'd love to hear your stories, so reach out to us at bricksandblockscoaching.com. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm Sweta, and this is Everyday Parenting. See you next time.